summer birthday book haul. Elliot, I got your shirt on. My grandbaby's back here, coffee, and the Thrifted books, and the joy. And so I'm so excited. Am I interrupting you? I'm so happy, oh so happy, girl. So many books to unhaul, so many books to unhaul, so many books to unhaul. Where do I start? Where do I go? Hey, girl, what? You're doing way too much. It's too much. You're doing way too much. I'm glad. I'm excited. We're excited. As a caveat, I have been endeavoring to be more intentional with reading my shelves. This book haul has ensured that I am now on a book buying ban, except for pre-orders and library books. We're going to be reasonable, manage the expectation, but in all realism, I still think it's still going to be a bit of a challenge. Girl, I'm just trying to help you out. I mean, more books to add over here for me. Girl! Hey book unicorns, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I am so excited. It hasn't been months in the making, but the number of books acquired probably seems like that, but keep your girl in prayer. Much prayer needed. July was my birthday month. I just thank the Lord. He has been so faithful. He has been so good. He's such a good father, and I'm just so thankful to see another day. It's a beautiful day that the Lord has made. I'm just so appreciative. I'm overwhelmed by and those of you who sent gifts and congratulations and birthday wishes and left comments and subscribed. All of you matter, and I thank you all so much. I don't even know how I'm gonna break this. Girl, she stayed giving sass. I got these books. Girl! First, talk about the book blessings and gifts from friends and family. And then, I ain't gonna hold y'all, the Thrifted book haul. Quick on the draw, we got a lot of books. There might be a synopsis. Probably not. I'm gonna link all the books down in the description so you can go and see if it's one you want to add to your TBR as well. Hey, if you add any of these to your TBR, that's between you and her. I already got Miss Thang over there. First up, my sissy gifted me this beautiful Chrissy mug. Oh my goodness, it's a custom mug that she gave me, but the pièce de la résistance. On the back, read some of my favorite books. So we have The Hero of Ages, Dune, Ship of Destiny, The Harbinger, Educated. She literally picked the best of the best books here. These are some of my favorite books of all time. Chrissy mug. I don't even want to open it out of the packaging because it's literally so near and dear to me. Thank you, sissy. I love you so much. The Dream Keeper Saga. Thank you so much, Holly, for thinking of me. This has been a book that's been on my TBR for so long, and I've heard so many great things about it. It's a middle grade. It has dragons. My vibe. Y'all already know. A Light on a Hill by Colin and Cassette from my sweet baby Bethany at the Bookworm Girl. I really am enjoying Colin and Cassette's Out of Egypt series. Goodness, I'm so excited to read this as well. Biblical fiction, I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Bethany. You are just, love you, girl. And these next books from one of my best friends, Gabby. I sent her a message immediately to let her know what her partnership in my book habit is. First book I picked up was Indlewood by Elisa J. Zavalanos. I'm sorry if y'all know these names. I ain't. Indlewood, A Tragic Tale of Love, Loss, and Hope. The cover. I think this is a clean fantasy Christian fiction. I will definitely link all of the authors and channels that I've mentioned, so go support them. Check out their content. Amazing, wonderful women, and we thank the Lord for them. The Conqueror by Brian Lifton. Constantine's Empire. This is a Christian historical fiction. Daughter of Increase. I saw this on her channel, like, I don't know, when she did a haul probably like last year, and I've had my eye on it for so long. Constantine's Army, faith conversion. That's all we need to know. A.W. Towser, Voice of the Prophet Who Speaks for God. After reading Towser's The Purpose of Man in July, it was a buddy read I had with Teresa, a cozy reader. Girl, hey. I've decided that I want to read all of Towser's canon. We're gonna go on another journey with Towser. I'm so excited to read this. Towser just preaches. His writing is is just clearly inspired by Holy Spirit. I need more of that. All That's Good, Recovering the Lost Art of Discernment by Hannah Anderson. Jackie Perry talked about this in one of her book recommendation videos. And I think it was Lisa as well on Instagram. A lot of great things about this book, and I'm really excited to read it. The Hunter and the Valley of Death by Brennan S. McPherson. I've heard a lot of great things about this. Psalm 23 is one of my favorite Psalms. I've actually been meditating on the past few weeks or so, and so like this is so timely to actually talk about this, and I think I might prioritize this sooner than later. Thank you so much, Gabby. You the bestest. I love you. Y'all know my shirt is what is it? It's gonna be rainbows and a unicorn type of day. My girl Lindsay, girl, thank you so much. I love the t-shirt. It's perfect. Screamed and hollered, child. Screamed and hollered. Also, Harvest of Gold by Tessa Afshar. I recently read book 1 in this duology with Harvest of Rubies. Phenomenal book. 5 stars. Plan on finishing up this duology. Girl, trying to finish these series. A Time to Speak by Nadine Brandes. Girl, thank you so much. She sent this as well. Y'all know I love me some Nadine. I actually have the first book as well, and so she get to be the sequel because, oh my God. And Lindsay also sent over R.C. Sproul's The Last Days According to Jesus. As y'all know, I really enjoy end times fiction and end times prophetic Christian non-fiction books. I've really gotten back into reading them as of late, being that prophecy is unfolding everywhere left and right. And so I am so excited to read R.C. Sproul, and oh my goodness, Lindsay, thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank you so much. And then I gotta do the call sign. Thank you, Y'all already know. My girl Amanda, Gifted, and Vaughn's Camp, a Waymaker. Oh my goodness. I think Amanda is currently reading through this as well, and she just talks so highly about it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So when she sent this to me for my birthday, I wept. It just sounds like it's going to be incredibly impactful. Already giving 5 stars. Already giving intentionally. I'm so excited to read this. And also, Mind Games by Nancy Mail. Oh my goodness. I've heard so many things about this, read this as well, and she raved about it. And a few other of my book friends have really enjoyed Nancy Mail, and so I'm really excited to read this. I love thriller and suspense in books, and to know this is a Christian thriller suspense story, that's all I need to know. Woo! Slide these over here. It's about to get real wild over here. And then also she sent over this shirt, Be the Light, Matthew 5:14. Yes, one of my favorite scriptures. Again, thank you, Amanda, your thoughtfulness. I really appreciate it, sister. Come Back to Me by Jody Hudlin. Time Travel. My love, Belle. My love, Belle Bailey, sister. Thank you so much. She also sent over Oath Bound by Victoria McCombs. I've had my eye on this. I believe Holly actually read this as well, or this is on her TBR. We have been talking about it. Pirates and adventure. All the things I need. So thank you so much, Bailey. You are just absolutely precious, and I thank God for you. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, I didn't tell you about those. This is a time travel one too. She's a scientist and she go back in time to try to find her daddy. I think that's what it's about. This not synopsis type video. Like I do synopsis that well anyway. I don't. I think it's time to start another, probably do this. That'll be better than, again, books will be linked in the description. Last but certainly not least, my girl Teresa, a cozy reader. I will link her Instagram down below. I like to call her the cozy mystery queen, okay? Teresa has read so many different cozy mysteries. Girl, thank you so much. I really appreciate your thoughtfulness, and it's been so great getting to know you, sister. Tessa Afshar, Land of Silence. Teresa talked about this book so highly. She said it's one of her favorites of all time now, and it's about the woman with issue of blood. That's all we need to know. It's Tessa Afshar. Got to really get into my Tessa Afshar and my Francine. And then A Crown of Chains by Aaron Phillips. I'm really excited about this. This is actually a Christian fantasy retelling about Esther. I'm really excited to read this. I'm really curious to see where this lands for me. I'm here for it. Let's read it. That's all I need to know. Thank you so much to my family and friends for thinking of me on my birthday, and I'm really humbled by that. And you were not obligated. excited and it was not expected, but I definitely appreciate your sentiments towards me and know that I have those same sentiments towards you. I love you all very much. And now let's get into the thrifted book haul. I'm gonna throw in some B-roll at the end of the video. Figured I'd throw in a little vlog content for y'all. Just a little bit, just a dash, sprinkle, not much. Gonna say vlogs is coming, but just a little dash. I got my stack ready to film. Girl! For the past 2 or 3 years or so, one of my best friend Julie and I, at least twice a year, summer it's our book bestie book called Weekend. Usually pick a date between our birthdays. We went this year and it was absolutely amazing. A couple of the places we went was the Green Valley Book Fair, which is the largest book fair and used bookstore in Virginia. Absolutely amazing to go check it out. Any of these places I highly recommend to go get thrifted books. Let you know the ones that I didn't get from a thrifted book haul. At the time of this video, y'all know that Barnes&Noble 50% off hardback sale came on and I had to use the last of my birthday pennies but I'm gonna let y'all know which books where I got it from, so you know, no misconceptions. It was so much fun doing the bestie book haul. It's just so much fun when you're best friends and then also you share the same love and energy for books, and it was just the best. I'm gonna actually break these up in sub-genres. You want to skip around to certain parts of the thrift haul, then you can, because I know I read a mix of different genres and I know a lot of you read different things as well. Feel free to skip around in the chapters and look at what parts you want to look at. You get the recommendations you need. Persuasion by Jane Austen. I got this as a part of the 50% off sale happening at Barnes & Noble. 50% off their signature series, and so I've had my eye on more Jane Austen. I just finished reading Pride and Prejudice with Brooke, Pages and Blessings. Absolutely amazing. Great time. I love buddy reading. It was so much fun buddy reading with Brooke. And so next up is Persuasion, and I know this is one of Sky's favorite Jane Austen books, and so I'm here for it. I need to know Northanger Abbey. I'm gonna get to it, but it's Sky's birthday month, so I definitely want to read some of my friends' favorite books in their birthday month. Yes, Persuasion. Excited to read this. The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Marina Garcia. I've heard a lot of things about Marina Garcia. I think she is the author of Mexican Gothic. I did not read that because I think it was a little too spooky leaning for my personal taste. Jamaica Inn and Jamie Joe Wright kind of stretch a little bit outside of my comfort zone when it comes to more gothic setting type, eerie, unsettling books, but we'll see. We'll take one book at a time. Ona Out of Order by Margarita Montmore. I've heard very interesting things about this, and I was wondering the time travel or time loop kind of story about a young woman. I guess she wakes up, I don't know, child, she wakes up every day in a different part of her life. Like she has a set end, beginning and end, but she wakes up at different points along that time, and she all out of order. She all out of order. The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Excited to read this. I heard some interesting things about this book as well, so I'm very curious to see where it lands for me. She just making up stuff. Now, I don't know if she's gonna read that one. I've heard a lot of people love it. I've heard some people like, it's alright. The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by another Silvia Marina Garcia book. I'm gonna endeavor to read both of them and see where they land, but look at this cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really been trying to find her books everywhere, so I was really excited that I at least got my hands on this one, and then I found The Beautiful Ones. And so, Unica, What Is Your Husband by Lily Damelia Blackburn. I've had my eye on this book for a while, and I don't normally read a lot of contemporary fiction, albeit contemporary fiction romance either, but this just looked, I love the cover by the way, and this just looks so interesting to me. A 30-something Oxford educated British Nigerian woman whose mother's constant refrain is, Unica, what is your husband? That's all I need to know. Is she gonna find love? I hope. Is there a man? Okay, so the next stack of books are the mystery thrillers that I picked. Tide and Punishment by Bree Baker. This is the second book in the Seaside Cafe mystery, the one where I didn't know where the tea was, but I found the chai tea at the back, and it's set in Christmas time, so maybe I will save this for Christmas since to read this. I just realized that it was set in Christmas time. Okay, is this the third one or the second one? Girl, did you get Lord? This is the third one. I thought this was the second one. And I'm on a ban now. Lord have mercy. Terry Backstock, If I Live. I was so thrilled to thrift this book because I actually owned the first two, but I could not find the third one, and I immediately picked it up when I saw it at the thrift store. Literally one of the best thrillers I have read, and it's a Christian suspense thriller. Absolutely phenomenal. I had a fantastic time. Highly recommend it, so I'm glad I actually own this on my shelf. Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. It's a YA thriller. I have not read a YA thriller before, to my knowledge. Thought being stranded was the worst thing that could happen. She was wrong. That's all I need to know. Looks like it's perfect for winter, so maybe I'll save it for, you know, the Christmas, December, winter vibe. Excited to read it. We'll see where it goes. If it fall, it fall. Sally Hempworth, The Soulmate. Y'all already know where I got this from. Yeah, that barnes&noble, honey. When I saw this on the thing, I was not anticipating. Now, I'm trying to take this sticker off. Why they do that? Why they put these stickers on here and then you can't even, the sticker, you can't even, let me move. I just finished reading The Good Sister. Literally one of the best thrillers I've read this year. Highly recommend The Good Sister. I've heard very great things about this as well. And y'all already know I love me psychological thrillers. They're just my bag. We're here for it. I'm excited. And I actually want to read all of her books that she has out. The Younger Wife and The Mother-in-Law. Tell me about the whole family, girl. Tell me about everybody. Tell me about everybody. Ruth Ware, 0 Days. Again, y'all already know where I got this from too. These stickers. Oh, I gotta take some time to take them off. I recently just read Ruth Ware, It Girl, and I DNF'd it. It was meandering and slow. I couldn't be asked to complete it. It was just, but I'm not giving up on Ruth. I'm not giving up on her, y'all. I'm gonna stick with her and I'm gonna finish reading the rest of her books, and this is one of them, and I'm really excited to read it. I heard this was more in her bag, more in her lane, and so I'm looking forward to reading this as well. The New Lisa Jewell. None of this is true. Child. If it got Lisa Jewell on it, say less. It's Lisa Jewell. The Housekeepers by Alex K. I was surprised that I was able to thrift this as well at one of the used bookstores we went to. I haven't read any books by Alex K. I don't know if this is a debut author or not, but A Party, A Heist. Ooh, that one does sound good. Underestimate the housekeeper. That's all we need to know. What's the plot on that one? Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. Teresa and I are currently reading Gillian, A Wrong Place, Wrong Time right now, and we're going to actually follow up and read this one as well when we're finished with that one. I've read Wrong Person, Wrong Time now, and I'm liking it. I'm very curious to see where this lands as well. The next stack of books are the YA book, The Davenports by Crystal Marquis. Fortune, Fame, The Davenports. Did I pick it up because of the cover? Yes, but I really liked what it was about. Very wealthy Black family in the United States in 1910. The drama, the daughters, who's gonna be with who, businesses, debutante balls, all the things I needed, hands down. That's TBR approved right there. Speak by Lori Halsey Anderson. This is considered now a banned book. I'm really not sure why they consider it a banned book. I guess because of the topic. This is on the topic of consent. I haven't read this book in a long time, but I'm really glad I read it when I did years ago in school. And yeah, so I just wanted to get a copy of it because I think it's just a really good book. It's really good to understand the topic of consent from a young teenager's perspective. My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I didn't know there was that many authors on this. Sometimes history gets it all wrong. It's not easy being queen. It's comical, fantastical, romantical, entirely true story of Lady Jane Grey. That's all I need to know. So I've had my eye on this series before. I think there's some other one that they've done as well. We'll see where it goes. Zyla and Kay, and do y'all even, can we just look at this? I ain't gonna hold you. It was purple. There's a pretty brown girl on the cover. That was easy for me to pick up. But also, it seems like it is a coming of age, a love story between Zyla and Kai and their adventures, high school and through college, and their little love story. I don't normally do these kinds of books, but I have a few romances still left on my shelf to read. And so I think this will be a great palette cleanser, and I think it'll look beautiful on the purple shelf. I know you ain't gonna read that. I know you're not gonna read that. I don't even know if y'all can see that part in the frame. Y'all probably can't see the purple shelf in the frame, but it'd be pretty. It'd be pretty. Pride by Izzy Zabowie. It's a Pride and Prejudice remix. Since I just finished reading Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, so I'm looking forward to picking this up as well. Look at the inside of this cover. Just think it's really beautiful. So Brooklyn Pride, and with Afro-Latino roots. There's a wealthy Darcy family that moves across the street. The Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice trope. So I'm really curious to see where this lands. Izzy Zabowie, I recently read My Life as an Ice Cream Sandwich. I gave it 2 stars. It was okay. I had some content issues with it for middle grade readers that I talked about, but I'll link that in the cards. You can see my thoughts on that video. I decided to give her another try because I really liked her writing. I really liked how she frames her stories. And so Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice had to do it. So I'm really excited and looking forward to reading this as well. Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams. A young girl. She has low self-esteem and she dislikes herself. And you know, she has 96 reasons why she dislikes herself. And she has a list of things, family issues, her dad, her race, her skin tone, and the internal racism in the Black community because of her skin color. Really curious to see how this book addresses those kinds of things that happen in the African American community. Definitely excited to read and looking for that authentic reading experience when it comes to African American writers and their books. And whether I disagree or not, give me the authenticity and a good story and I'll be here for it. Dig by A.S. King. All I know about this is that it's about a potato family. You stay not knowing what these books about. The matriarch and patriarch trying to figure out if they want to give their money to their kids or to their grandkids. Y'all know I love the one of them stories, who gonna get the money. So the next are the Christian fiction books I picked up. The Woman from Lydia by Angela Hunt. I haven't read any Angela Hunt before, but this sounds really interesting. Follows Paul, and I think it follows the enslaved girl who was a fortune teller that followed Paul everywhere and cast the evil spirit out of her. So I'm really excited to read this. Francine Rivers blurbed it, so it's gonna be a really interesting biblical fiction. Ekaterina? This book looked really interesting to me. International Conspiracy, Unexpected Treasure, The Powerful Story of a Family, God's Perfect Plan Connect. One woman begins a search for answers. So this is actually a Russian-inspired set in World War I. Found that very refreshing, so I'm looking forward to starting this one. It is a series. I was gonna pick the whole series, but I was like, I don't know if I would like the whole series, so let's just get the one, and then if I find that at my library or find the other series as well, it'll be good to check out. So Heirs of Anton. So if you've read this, let me know what your thoughts on this is. Victoria Christopher Murray, Lady Jasmine. Now y'all, let me tell you, I need to girl, am I interrupting you? I'm just waiting. I got my stack ready to film, unless you got more, because I think you got about 15 of them over there that's gonna be over here. Whether you read them, don't like them, eat them, it don't matter to me, because I'm so happy. So many books to one haul. I'm so happy. Go ahead, girl. Go. Victoria Christopher Murray, Lady Jasmine. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I haven't read any of these like Southern Black church books in so long. I don't want to generalize it like this, but that's as close as I can get to describing Victoria Christopher Murray. She's one of the co-authors of one of my favorite books, The Personal Librarian. I saw this thrifted. Whoever thrifted it had some very, I don't know if these evangelistic notes. So I was like, well, I need to buy it just so I can read the notes. And no, I have not read the note. And I think it's going to probably be very encouraging what's on the inside of this. The pastor's wife got drama, y'all. That's it. And she ain't telling everything she's supposed to tell. And the church is almost in an uproar. So I'll see where this goes. Next up are the Christian nonfiction books that I picked up. Mr. Librarian actually picked this book up for me. Let's face it, he kind of did most of the thrift haul. He's the #1 contributor to the library. So don't. True love. Thomas C. Oden, How Africa Shaped the Christian Mind, Rediscovering the African Seedbed of Western Christianity. Really want to understand more about it and how it came about and how it plays in the role of faith. Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. I've heard so many great things about this book. I'm really looking forward to it. Principles that are explored in this book I think are healthy. A lot of the principles in this book are principles that I have learned to live by in my own life and that have helped me me greatly and encouraged my heart and helped me to be as healthy of a person and to really, have the most healthy types of relationships. This book is incredibly powerful and impactful, so I highly recommend this. Where do we go from here? By Dr. David Jeremiah. How can we move forward as citizens of God's kingdom, even as the world teeters on the brink? Ain't that today? Another Dr. Jeremiah, The World of the End, How Jesus' Prophecy Shapes Our Priorities. Wow, I really am excited to read this. I really like Dr. David Jeremiah's books. He's one of the first Christian nonfiction authors I read when I rededicated my life. I think both of these books are probably his newer releases, if I'm not mistaken, at least in the past 3 years or so. But I'm really looking forward to reading this. Dr. David Jeremiah, highly recommend his book. Ooh, this stack of books is getting hot. Max Lucado, Help is Here, Finding Fresh Strength and Purpose in the Power of the Holy Spirit. I read this book earlier this year with my best friend Monique. Both of us were so encouraged and uplifted by this book, learning and talking about it together. Max Lucado's books are incredibly impactful. Initially, when we read it, I wasn't able to get the physical copy. So when I saw this, I was like, Lord, I thank you, because I was able to actually get a physical copy. Definitely an incentive to reread again so I can go back and annotate with the things that were just so impactful for me. And I think I talked about this in one of my live streams as well. I'll link my live streams. I talk about it in depth as well, so highly recommend. So finally, the next stack of books are my fantasy and science fiction. I hope y'all didn't think I was gonna get all the way through and now talk about the fantasy and science fiction books, because y'all already know the Wrinkle in Time box set. I loved Wrinkle in Time. I think I read the first 3 books when I was younger, but I didn't finish the series. And so when I saw the box set, so thrilled. I actually reread A Wrinkle in Time in March. I'm so excited to continue this series. Did hear there was some not so good things about it. Was a little shaky for book 5, so I'm curious to see where it goes, how it evolves. I'm really excited. We love to see it. That's gonna be just like this. Stayed in the case, didn't even read it. I reckon I'll see you in the by and by. Gathering Blue and Sun by Lois Lowry. I think this is book 2 and book 4 in the Giver Quartet. Absolutely love the Giver. It's one of my favorite series. Really glad I was able to pick up these editions, because initially I had the first book and I found the 3rd book, and so I was like, I don't want to reread it until I can get all 4 books in the editions that I got. I can be biased, you can too. So excited I was able to find these thrifted. I highly recommend the Giver series. If you didn't know about the Giver series, utopian story where everyone has a specific gift and role to play in society, and this young boy, he is trained by the actual giver who retains memories, society's history. I think it's more of a YA type series, predecessor to Hunger Games, and I can see a lot of inspiration from Hunger Games in this series. I'm not sure if Susanna, the author of Hunger Games, was inspired by the Giver. You really enjoyed the Hunger Games. Highly recommend the Giver. Mr. Pimp. Ooh, my leg getting stiff. Ooh, Lord have mercy. We almost to the end, y'all. We almost to the end. Are y'all still hanging out? Y'all still putting them books in your TBR? Your TBR gonna be mad at you, child. Mr. Pembrok's 24-hour bookstore. I've had my eye on this for a while. Mysterious bookstore, time travel. That's all I need to know. I don't have high expectations, thinking it's gonna be like on some Blake Crowd mind-blowing level. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be fun. Earthsea, A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. Ursula K. Le Guin, one of the OG fantasy authors of modern time. I've had my eye on this. A whole world of Earthsea. Really excited to dive into her book. It's a coming of age story. That's all I need to know. The Minders by John Mars. Science fiction. Computers can be hacked. They find people who can actually retain, and they're like used in this cyber attack kind of thing. 5 people to actually be the weapon against, the cyber attack. So it sounds interesting. I'm here for it. Bernard Cornwell, Excalibur. Y'all know, love me some Arthurian retellings. Yes, this is the 3rd book in the, what is this series called? The Warlord Chronicles. This is an actual historical fantasy. Bernard actually have the other 2 books. I plan on reading the Warlord Chronicles at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this year. It might be next year. I might dive into it, but it's definitely historical. It's more grounded, closer to the historical account of Arthur more than the fantastical version. Excited to read this series, and I'm so glad that I was able to get the third one. The Liar's Knot by M.A. Carwick. This is a Venetian-inspired heist family drama story, but it's fantastical. Magic in the mask as well, so it's kind of giving Fox. If you know, you know. I have book one. I haven't read book one yet, but I saw book two, and the thing about these tone fantasies, y'all, it's very difficult to find them at very cheap prices, and so paying full price for fantasy books can get quite hefty. When I saw this series, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the second one, and we're just gonna go for it because I can't beat the price. Evan Winters, The Fires of Vengeance, dragons, dragon fighting, and I'm like, oh, I love dragons! This is the second book in his series. I don't think he's come out with the third book yet. Don't know nothing about it. I ain't read the first one yet, but that's fine. Rebel by Mary Lou. This is the final book in the Legend series. I haven't read the Legend series. I plan on it, but the cover though. I have book one and book five. Girl, The Blood Mirror by Brent Weeks. This is the fourth book in the Lightbringer series. I'm currently in the middle of that series. I've read the first two books, which were really good. I had a good time with them. Plan on finishing soon. Was kind of on the fence. Should I continue this series? Should I not? But man, it's just one of those series. I have to get to the end because I need to know. There's so many things that are still drawing me back to this series. This is the fourth book in a 5-book series, but I could never find book 4. And so when I saw it, I was like, bitch. Camelot by Gals Kristen. Again, this is Arthurian retelling. I actually have Lancelot, and so this is a duology. I was thrilled to see this series. I've heard a lot of great things about this series, so I'll let you know. Where Dreams Descend by Janila Angels. I was curious. I've heard a lot of interesting things about this YA fantasy book. I just had to know. The stage is set, the spectacle awaits. Okay, I'm gonna watch the spectacle. Y'all know I have a YA trash heart. I can't help it. The Fatal Tree by Stephen R. Lawhead is the 5th and final book, I believe, in the Bright Empire series. I just recently read Skin Map 1. I absolutely loved it. I'm so excited to continue the series. I actually already own books 2 and 3. And so when I saw book 5, I was like, I need to thrift it because I know I'm going to eventually find book 4. I think I might pick up the next 2 as soon as I can. And hopefully by the time the book ban is over, I'll be able to get the 4th one. I can highly recommend. Last but certainly not least, book 4, Tears of the Dragon, Dragons in Our Midst series. We're gonna finish this series this year. I cannot wait. I'm just over the moon, happy about this, and I can't wait to have the conclusion of this fantastic Christian fantasy series, Arthurian retellings. I highly recommend. And then I didn't know there was a sequel to this series as well, Song of the Column, which is Children of the Bard. I didn't know, but now I'm knowing, so of course I had to pick that up as well. Woo! Ciao. We're gonna get to your video. Don't mind T, y'all. She's very excited about my haul, and she's been in a really good mood. I'm so happy. Oh, so happy. Just over here waiting. I hope this stack gets higher and higher. I've been doing what I need to do by reading my shelves, and it's alleviated her stress. And so we're trying to work through. We're working dynamically together. I give you credit. You've been clearing the shelves. You've been reading. She's going to be doing her unhaul video at the end of the year. I gotta keep my TBR in a really good mood. Really need to do better because her sass, girl, y'all already know. Those are all the books I've thrifted this summer. Let me know if you read any of these books and what your thoughts are. Again, thank you so much for everyone, for your book blessings and all your support, the comments, just being here, being supportive. It's fantastic to be a part of this community, and I thank God for each of you, and may He bless you, may He keep you. Know that He will provide your every need. Joy of the Lord is our strength, and He will keep us in His way. Enjoy the B-roll. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hey y'all, so I'm in the Christian fiction section, and like they have a huge Max Licado's section. Like, look at this. This is all of like Dr. David Jeremiah, Max Lucado. I mean, now I'm on the other side, which is the adult fiction side. Its place is huge. Look at this. It's like all kind of trinkets and all kinds of other things. It's fantastic in here.
Okay, now we're going back to Aunt Shelley.
It's awesome. We actually had to get cards. Look at my cards so far. Like, yeah. We're already starting down at the bottom. So, I hope